Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing week so far. Today, guys, we're going to be jumping into Cardano. We're not only going to be looking at Cardano on a number of different time frames, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Amazon back in the dot-com boom and really show us what a previous emerging market may be able to teach us about the one that we are currently in. You guys know that I believe crypto is going to play a very big role in the future, and right now is an emerging market. And there is volatility attached to that. And I'm going to be looking at Amazon to kind of show you that, and show you that if you would only, and this is one of the main takeaways that I want this video to be about, if you had only seen the true value in something, not the price, and it sounds very strange when I say that the true value isn't always the price. Price is just one metric that we use to weigh up value. If you only focus on the true value of something and how it is going to impact the world and accrue value as a result of that, as an investor, you are going to do very well. Price really essentially is a distraction from the underlying fundamentals of an investment. And I'm going to talk to you about that in this video. I've got lots of very, very interesting things that I want to share with you. We're also going to be talking about what really happened yesterday. We brought a video out in kind of light of everything yesterday, where we spoke about what causes this, how markets work, and we spoke about leverage, and that this is really what crypto went through yesterday is a symptom of leverage. And I'm actually going to be showing you, not only on Bitcoin but Cardano, that this is quite a normal occurrence within the crypto space, within these Z assets, and that actually what tends to happen is you recover from this. You know, this is just really a shakeout. Markets absolutely are manipulated, and what I really want to do before I dive into any of the charts is just reiterate that to you. For those of you who aren't already following me on Twitter, head over to @RealAllInCrypto. We'll give you some more timely updates. This was a tweet that I took from an article, and it says, with this in mind, BOFA claims that a further $93 million poured into Bitcoin could trigger a 1% price increase. Now I want to talk about this. So at the time of this article, Bitcoin had a market cap of $1.15 trillion. So theoretically, and this isn't how markets work because you'd run out of liquidity, so you actually couldn't get 100% sell-off. You would run out of liquidity, and the exchanges couldn't facilitate those transactions. But I'm not going to get too complicated into how order books work. Theoretically, if you times that by 100, so if you times it by 10, that would be 993 million. If you times it by 100, it would be 9.3 billion. The overall market cap of Bitcoin was 1.5 trillion. So not even 10% of the Bitcoin out there. If that got sold, that would trigger a severe crash of theoretically 100%. If 93 million is 1%, 100% would be, of course, 9.3 billion, which at the time was actually a very small amount of Bitcoin. I mean, I think today that would be like, let's have a look. Where's Bitcoin? So just over 10% of all Bitcoin would cause a very severe sell-off. So price essentially is a very poor metric of weighing up value. I'm going to show you this with the Amazon charts, are very, very clearly illustrated. Sorry about these pop-ups, guys. I'm not on my normal computer and I can't get signed into anything at the moment. But this is really what I want to drill home. And as an investor, and that's really what I am, guys. I've been in this market for 4 years and I've done very well out of it, following things like the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. As an investor, you want to look at underlying value and if it's there or not. So price is, you know, we had a 30, what was it? I think 30, it was around about 32, 33%, 34% of the, we had a 34% price correction from our kind of local high here. That is a very poor representation of the overall supply and how many people were selling it. As we know, 70% of the overall Cardano supply is sold, theoretically leaving 30% that would be liquid. There was nowhere near 30% of the overall supply sold. It was a very small amount of Cardano that was actually sold and Bitcoin to cause this kind of a pullback. So markets are absolutely manipulated, and you need to be in this game you need to be in it to win it. And many people were saying they had lost money yesterday. They were saying that, you know, that their investment had gone down significantly. Your investment has gone down, quite obviously, but you haven't lost money. The same way, the only way you lose money in the crypto space is if you sell, and that's why hodling is perhaps the best strategy that the crypto space has to offer. I hope that this isn't. I'm trying to be I'm trying to be very layman about this. I'm trying to put this in layman's terms for you guys out there, because if you're an investor, you really need to understand this. And I would guesstimate that the majority of people out there have no idea how price works and markets work. And this is just a very simplistic explanation of it. And hopefully this is allowing you to understand that it's actually a very poor representation of true value. It's a lie, if you will, like the rest of the world, unfortunately. So I hope that makes sense. And in actual fact, this sell-off is something that we've seen time and time again. For Bitcoin, certainly. And one lesson that history has taught us is every time you get these kind of severe sell-offs, that was 18%. This one up here was around about 16. These are frequent occurrence. But if you look at what happens after, guys, and this is quite a, if you look, we have these kind of severe sell-off, much the same as May. You come up, you have these sell-offs, but ultimately look at where you are in comparison with that today. And this is what understanding the true value of something really will allow you to do. Invest with confidence and the short-term price fluctuations, which is exactly what we've gone through. And volatility, ladies and gentlemen, is a good thing because it works to both the down and the upside. If history has shown us that the best thing to do here is hodl. In actual fact, I've bought more crypto during this time period. I'm going to continue to do so. I'm going to make a video where I'm going to mention 5 or 6 altcoins that I picked up that are very, very small. A lot of them are to do with the Cardano ecosystem. And this is the next point that I want us to come on to, guys. Before that, let me just show you Amazon back in the dot-com boom. This was Amazon back in the dot-com boom. Amazon, when we talk about Bitcoin being volatile, by the way, Amazon sells off by around about 30% each year and then just continues to go higher. And that's because there's true value. Sorry about these pop-ups, guys. This isn't my TradingView account that I'm currently on. Amazon sells off by around about 30%. But this was the dot-com boom. And look at the volatility here. And all this was noise in comparison with the bigger picture, guys. Can you see that? Because if you understood that what Amazon was doing, they were revolutionizing the e-commerce space and they were going to accrue value as a result of it, you would have been able to invest with confidence. And these price fluctuations would have really been nothing but noise. So that being said, let's actually take a look at Cardano, ladies and gents. And let's look at where we are today. So we are down currently from our high, and we'll use the wicks. We'll really over-exaggerate this all, around about 23%. And people, like I say, are saying that they've lost money. You haven't lost anything unless you panic sold, and you should never panic sell in a market that is as irrational and as volatile as this one. So you need to hold. In regards to the project, Cardano has never been in such a strong position. We are 4 days away from smart contracts. I'm going to play you a clip from Charles Hoskinson in just a second talking about this. He also has a Kraken t-shirt on, so I wonder if maybe there's a partnership somewhere down the line, or is already in talks with. You never know with Charles. He's a very smart guy, and it wouldn't surprise me if he left clues lying around the place. So in regards to a project, and this is tying back to the opening statement that I just made, it's never been in such a strong position. You are about to see an ecosystem, it become a real Ethereum competitor, essentially. And in actual fact, in many ways, is going to outperform it, certainly in terms of fees. That was a joke that I made yesterday, by the way, guys. At least the gas fees didn't go down. There was one thing that didn't. There was other coins as well. Solana didn't really get impacted. And Algorand is another coin that I'm in that's actually done very, very well off the back of this. Let's see if we can find Algorand. Is up 37%, and this is really a testimony. This market, there are still coins pumping, and people have really took advantage of this pullback, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I believe. And I can't advise anybody, but I'm telling my family and friends to do the same thing. What you choose to do is your opinion. On this channel, one thing that I found rather funny was the amount of YouTubers that have come out saying, "I told you so." You didn't. You had no idea that we were going to have a sell-off of this magnitude. Yes, you may have predicted that there was going to be a sell-off, but to get this absolutely accurate, especially when you were making videos a couple of hours prior saying that it was extremely bullish and we were going to go up from here, it's just a complete lie. On this channel, I'll be totally honest with you, we did, and we kept you up to date on the fact that you were going to revisit this EMA, and I'll show you it more accurately on this chart right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is our not Bitcoin for your psych theory, our macro Elliott wave theory that we have going for Cardano, and how we kind of said, look, you're likely to come back to the 20 EMA was because you do it after every impulsive wave. You get kind of overextended, you come back to revisit it. And that's what we expected, but we didn't really expect a sell-off of this magnitude. And in actual fact, that was a lesson that I've learned. I'm sure with many of you. I should have looked at this previous history here and just how much leverage is involved with the system. The exact thing that I explained to you at the start of the video, how price is really a bad representation and can be moved very volatilely in one way to another, especially in an asset class such as this. And that's really where we're at. So I don't want to overcomplicate anything, but I did see a lot of people saying that they predicted this. There was one guy, a guy called the Crypto Sniper, Francis Hunt, who actually, he didn't publicly kind of come out and say it, but he has a course and he had made a video kind of calling for this privately, and he was spot on with it. He's a very, very good guy, definitely worth. I don't have any affiliations with him yet. I would like to in the future. But he's been very spot on about this market for a long time. I've been watching his channel for a long time, and I think he's probably one of the YouTubers that I have the most respect for, not just in the crypto space, but the traditional market and the kind of real world space. So if you're going to go and give him a follow, guys, make sure you say All in Crypto sent you. But most YouTubers had no idea about this. They said that maybe a sell-off was going to come. Nobody could have predicted in this sort of a magnitude, and if they could have, they wouldn't be on YouTube right now. They'd be sat on a beach somewhere drinking a cocktail, rubbing their hands together. So what's to come now that we've had this sell-off? Well, let's actually stick with this chart right here, guys. This is what I think you are going to do. In this kind of a manner, and this schematic right here, and let me overlay it just to show you how accurately, and the Elliott waves line up here, guys, and we've shown you this on time and time again, but I think it's still very much at play. So this was we've got this Elliott wave theory. 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave, and you're in your 5th wave. And you've just had your first kind of little leg here, which is what the schematic we've just overlaid. Can you see the similarity here, guys? They don't have to look identical, but what they do often do is rhyme. And they do look very, very similar to me. And ultimately, if the past is anything to go and predict the future on, which is what trading is really all about, looking at previous data and applying it to the future, looking at patterns and support and resistance levels, then I would suggest we're in for a similar ride. And I do ultimately still believe the price predictions that I put out there of $7.50 to $10, not only is that a very conservative price prediction, but that is still one, and I actually think you could overperform that, still one that I'm aiming towards. So I don't think anybody has anything to worry about. Please do not panic sell. It's your own decision, but that is one way you do get wrecked, and that is how you lose money. Once you've materialized your investment, and the majority of you should be investors, not traders, you either take the loss or the gain, and you wouldn't have lost anything if you hadn't sold, because much the same as those of you who held this all the way down, didn't lose or gain anything, you're in a similar thing today. And this is a common occurrence with crypto, being, you know, much the same as Amazon, where it first started, a very, very volatile market due to, I mean, you can see these horrific sell-offs for Amazon, and all they are really is a distraction and a symptom of price being a poor representation of value. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's important for me to say these things to you because I feel like many people are new to the investing world. I've been an investor before this. I was actually in precious metals. I think crypto is I think precious metals are a good hedge against inflation, but I think crypto is a far faster horse in this race, the fastest, and is going to offer the most return on investment. So that is the bulk of really what I have for you. I think we are going to recover in a very similar manner. All our price predictions still stand. We haven't changed our mind at all. Let's just zoom in on this sell-off or this. So this was your 2 wave coming in to the start of your 3 wave, and essentially you're here, guys, and you still have this to come. Now, we could be wrong, but time will tell. And we've been very right on this channel. Yes, we didn't really think a sell-off all the way down here was... I mean, you can see you're kind of coming back and around this kind of EMA area that we did say you were going to get to, but we didn't envision this. I thought the market was a lot stronger, but really that was my own. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think we live in a world, certainly the YouTube kind of culture is very... I'm trying to be polite here. I'm sure some of you guys can leave comments, let me know what you think it is. Very grabby, very people trying to extort something out of you. This channel isn't here to do that, guys, hence we haven't asked anything from you so far. The only thing that perhaps into the future I will be marketing is my Cardano stake pool, my stake pool, because I would like to do that. I would like to help to run the network. And maybe we'll come up with some incentives for that. So this is all coming in the future, but the main takeaway from this video, guys, is that price is a very poor representation of true value, and in actual fact is just a distraction from the underlying investment. And you can see here, just by these wicks, and we'll talk about these wicks as a sign that one reason I'm very bullish is look how big these wicks are. People panic selling here. They were selling to investors, people that know what they're looking at. And if you look at these big wicks, these are a symptom of a recovery. Look at these wicks here, guys. You don't go lower than the wicks. Yeah, you'll come down and you'll form candles and you'll kind of set up structure. But the wicks are very, very good. So well done to anybody that bought the wicks here. Can you see these wicks? These big wicks and you get continuation off the back of it, these big wicks, it's showing that the price is trying to get pushed up. You'll have a big seller and then you'll have the price getting gobbled up is really what's going on there. See these wicks? So this is a very similar schematic to probably what we've just gone through, guys. When you come back to your EMAs, you actually fall below it before we see continuation. And this was a sell-off of pretty serious magnitude, but I am anticipating a recovery, and I am anticipating that we are still in a bull market. Let me get that absolutely apparent. We are in a bull market, guys. That has never changed. And if we look at Bitcoin and just see just how much it actually sold off by, 12%. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, guys, that would have been a very small amount of Bitcoin that would have been sold initially, that would have caused liquidations on leveraged positions. Then you have the retail kind of fear that grips them and causes them to sell, thinking that, you know, it's all over, even though if they just understood what they were investing in, they'd be very confident moving forwards. So I hope that that's explained a number of things for you. I still think that this Elliott wave theory is absolutely in play. Sorry about these pop-ups, guys. And I do think we are going to continue in that kind of a manner. And I put this on my Twitter not that long ago. These are arrows highlighting all the points where you come back to your EMA after a kind of impulsive move. And you're, let's get rid of this, very much just following that today, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. Make your own investment decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do or say on this channel is financial advice. But what I am going to be with you guys is honest and tell you what I see. That is my promise to you. And that's really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gents. I hope you found that useful and entertaining. If you have, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. I've just thought I did not play the clip of Charles. This is where we're on when I'm talking about Cardano never being so strong. Let's just play the clip, guys, and then I'll wrap it up after.
Hi, everyone. This is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. Today is September 7th. Let's make sure my broadcast is looking good. Yeah, it looks good. All right. Today is September 7th, and I want to make a very quick video to tell you guys that we submitted the update proposal. The HFC event is in flight. So for many of you who follow Cardano, you are aware that how updates are done, that once a proposal has been signed, the proposal takes effect at the epic rollover. The next one is going to be at 21:45 UTC on Sunday the 12th, which is about 3:45 Mountain Standard Time, PM Mountain Standard Time. So it's been triggered, submitted, the rocket's in the air. Either it reaches orbit or it doesn't. So no going back now. That means we're all a go for Alonzo. The Alonzo hard fork is going to happen on the 12th. So I will have a watch party. Look for our tweets and our communication channels. We'll all be there together live, and we'll witness the rollover. And that means that you'll be able to start submitting Plutus smart contracts to the Cardano blockchain.
So basically, we're here. The Alonzo era is upon us and is coming to completion, moving into the Basho era, where we're going to see the scalability, or not issues, but we're going to see scalability really be tackled after the rollout of smart contracts and the DApp capabilities. Never been a better time to be a part of the crypto space, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Have a fantastic Wednesday, and I'll see you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.